Who is the best of the good boys? It's a trick question. We all know it's Max. Good boy. Good boy.
Sunday morning rain's calling. Today, I'd like to talk about seasons. What I'm not talking about is the leaves changing. Sorry, my chair's a little jacked up. And I'm not talking about this. Today, we're talking about the seasons of life. More to the point, I think you should lean into whatever season you happen to be in. Why? Because if you don't, you've failed to live a life, right? You've spent the whole time thinking about some other potential, more desirable time rather than experiencing the life you actually have. I'm super guilty of this, so when I say you, I really mean we. So let's dive in a little bit. But first, story time. So, last night, I got to bed a little bit late. Got 2 kids. I finally, sacked out at some point, and after the kids went to bed, and I got like an hour, maybe 90 minutes of sleep in, and one of the girls starts crying. So I cruise across the house, usually just a bad dream, hug them, give them a kiss, and they go back to sleep. This time, she's a little more upset. Evidently there were ants biting her in her dream, biting her feet, and, super traumatic as you might imagine. And so she wanted me to stay in the room, so I did. Ended up laying down and trying to sleep in there. But her timing was impeccable. Every little while, when I was exiting twilight and going into sleep, she would kick me in the back a little bit, or touch me, or reach over and touch me. And finally, I lean over. I was like, honey, why do you keep waking me up? Daddy needs sleep. I need sleep. If I don't get sleep, everybody's having a bad day. Like, it's not good. It's not acceptable. Middle of the night. Stop touching me. What do you need? And she wouldn't tell me. And it's like, okay, well, I'm going to go use the restroom. I need to go pee. And she started to cry a little bit, whimper a little bit when I was leaving the room. I was like, honey, I just need to know why I'm in here. I'll stay in here if you need me, but I need you to tell me why. And she wouldn't tell me. So she started crying when I left to go pee. And that crying woke up my wife. So I'm using 4-letter words while I'm walking to go pee and explaining to my wife that I have no idea why she's waking me up, but she's been waking me up every little bit. Enter expletives you imagine that I'm saying. And my wife's like, cool story, and goes back to sleep, as she should, because it's my turn. And so I cruise back in there, and she's still crying, and I lay down and give her a hug, and I'm like, honey, I taught you words. Like, just tell me why you want me in here. I'm fine with staying in here. I just need to know what the reason, like, why do you need this? I'm a little exasperated at this point. And she leans back from the hug and she just looks me dead in the eye and says, I just love you.
Y'all.
I don't know if you have kids or if you've ever had that happen. Like, I'm not going to be mentally blackmailed by a 3-year-old. Nonsense. No, I folded like a wet towel, as most people would. And so I stayed in there and gave her hugs, and we finally went to sleep somewhat. And in one of the periods of her waking me up in the middle of the night, I started thinking, they're not going to be this age forever, right? It sucks that you're losing sleep, but I need to embrace the fact that I'm in the season of raising young children. And I'm trying to do more of that, and I think you should too. Whatever phase you happen to be in, whatever season you happen to be in life. I haven't lived through all the seasons, so I'm not the expert. I can't tell you how to gracefully enter late age. But what I can tell you is I gain something tangible when I embrace the season I'm in. I live in the present moment. And I don't mean in a woo-woo way. I've never been able to meditate. Maybe my brain's not built for it. Or maybe I just haven't practiced enough. Regardless. Or maybe I'm getting woken up in the middle of the night because some, toddler's kicking me. But the point is, it won't last forever. But that's not really the point. The point is, if you're always thinking about the next season, you're never living in the current one. I think the takeaway there is the same thing that the Stoics wrote about a long time ago, or that Nietzsche wrote about more recently. It's amor fati. I'm laying there thinking about, the love of fate makes sense right now because it doesn't necessarily feel good, but it seems like a worthy ideal. This is what the world requires of me at this moment. And I think we have a duty to lean into that, or at least tolerate it gracefully and calmly. You don't have to love every moment of every phase that you're in. But what if you tried? Anyway, happy Sunday.